Yeah, we just fucking told the cops to go away, and they did. Really, that's all that happened. We told the cops the law, and they turned around and they left, and didn't want to hear what the Constitution had to say.
What were they asking you to do?
They asked me to give them my ID, and Catherine said no, so I couldn't leave her hanging, so I had to say no. And if that meant we were going to jail, well, then I was just going to be like, well, fuck, I really need to pee, but other than that, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
So this is how it kind of went down. We got pulled over for no headlight. All right. And when they pulled us over, he asked for a driver's license, registration, and insurance. And so John was like, "Hey, where's your insurance?" And I was like, "My insurance is right there in my Constitution, in the dash." And it's I always keep it on illegal search and seizure. So he brought out my insurance, and as he understood that I gave John instruction where my insurance, he said, "Roll down the back window." And say, "You're the driver. This is your vehicle." I was like, "Yeah, this is my vehicle. Here's my ID. So if we need to explain anything, I'll give you the reason why he's driving and my vehicle." And then when we rolled down the back, he looked all up in our vehicle and he goes, "I want your vehicle, ma'am. I want your license and registration, our license." She was like, "I'm not gonna give you my license." And she goes, "Oh, you're gonna give me your license? We'll see. Let me get my supervisor over here, and this and that, and no. And he goes, "We'll see about that." He was task force. He was actually task force. It said New Orleans task force.
Yeah.
Trying to really intimidating us, and then he went back to the front after Catherine was giving him that. You're not grabbing. Why do you need my license? Am I under suspicion? You got suspicion of me of doing anything? I was like, "Yes, sir. We're traveling freely. And Ben was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna give you my license either." I agree with her. And John said, "Hey, we've both cooperated." He goes, "You're being difficult." And I was like, "Well, we just don't believe that's the right that you have. This isn't Nazi Germany. This isn't Papers, Please.
Cool.
This is not Papers, Please." And he was like, "We'll see about that." I don't think he said it right after that was.
Yeah, that wasn't the connotation.
Right, but he was like, that was his attitude after his first run in, and they walked off. And then they had 3 other guys come and look at our shit. Come and look all in our shit. And it was cold, man. I was starting to get cold and shaking. We asked to turn on the heater, and they said, "No, you can't do that."
Really?
Yeah.
No, they didn't respond. The guy turned around and looked away.
But then he told us also not to turn on the vehicle.
Oh yeah. When he re-asked him that.
And then he came back and was like, "All right, sir, I'm going to write you a citation for no headlight and for some other bullshit." And he gave he goes, "Here's your ID, sir." And John said, "Sir, I'd like to read you the 4th Amendment right." I believe it was the 4th Amendment. And he just read it out, and we're securing our persons and effects and papers. And maybe not in that order, but it still means the same fucking thing. You cannot ask me unless I am under suspicion of criminal predicate. And traveling with a bad headlight is not criminal predicate.
Yeah, also, you don't have to carry a license or identification unless you're operating a vehicle, right?
Right, from those.
So they were asking you for something that you're not even legally required to have.
That's another thing too. Is like we asked for the law.
Yeah.
We were saying, "Hey, we're off." He never asked us where we're from, but we gave him our Texas driver's license, so he knew.
Yeah.
And so we asked for that law because in Texas the Constitution still applies.